Hello, this is week 4 of our animal unit. For the next 2 weeks, we will be talking about birds, and all of these birds live here in Maryland. About birds. A guide for children. Birds have feathers. Baby birds hatch from eggs. Some birds build nests on the ground. Some build in very high places. And some do not build a nest at all. Birds travel in different ways. Most birds fly, but some swim, and others run. Birds may flock together, or live alone. Birds use their bills to gather food. They sing to let other birds know how they feel. Birds come in all sizes. Birds are important to us. Last week we talked about birds and animals that live on the farm. Today we'll talk about the birds that live on the farm. Remember, farm animals. These were the birds we talked about. Ducks are very lively farm animals. They like to swim in ponds and play with the other small animals in the barnyard. Ducklings or baby ducks are covered with soft fluff called down. Ducklings can run, swim, and find food soon after they are born, but they can't fly until they are 5 to 8 weeks old. By then they have feathers and look just like their mother and father. Goose. There are many different kinds of geese. These are wild Canada geese. They do not live on the farm. They are often found living in ponds and lakes, or even in your neighborhoods. A goose's wings and tail are covered with stiff flight feathers. They help the goose fly long distances. Underneath its feathers, a goose has a thick coat of down. These soft white feathers keep the goose warm. Chicken. A chicken is a special kind of bird that gives us meat and eggs to eat. Like cattle, chickens are very important farm animals. The male chicken is called a rooster. It has a bright red comb on the top of its head and red wattles hanging down from its beak. Female chickens called hens lay many eggs each day. Some of these eggs are special. They have tiny baby chicks inside them. Farmers do not bring these eggs to the market. And turkey. Turkeys and chickens are part of the same bird family, but turkeys are bigger than chickens. Male turkeys are called toms, females are hens, and baby turkeys are poults. Like all farm animals, turkeys are very important for farmers, their families, and you too. So these are the birds that live on the farm. Now here in Maryland, we have many different birds that you will see outside in your backyard or in the woods. Most of them are right here in this book, a picture book of birds. We will spend the next 2 weeks talking about the birds in this book. I hope all of you know that the bald eagle is the national symbol for the United States. We actually do have some living here in the wild in Maryland. Bald eagle, this beautiful bird isn't bald at all. The white feathers on its head make it look that way. The eagle is one of the largest birds in the world. It is about 3 feet long and has a wingspan of 7 feet. Eagles often glide through the air by holding their wings out stiffly. Bald eagles like to eat fish. They snatch fish from the water with their long, sharp talons or claws. Okay, another bird that we see here in Maryland, and again, these are in the wild, is a hawk. A hawk's eyesight is about 8 times better than a person's. They can see their prey as they fly high in the air. Then they swoop down and catch other birds, small animals, and even snakes in their powerful feet and sharp claws. They tear off pieces of meat with their strong hooked beaks and even eat the bones and feathers. Okay, now let's look at some of the birds you would see in your backyard. I bet you know this one. Woodpecker. This bird is named for the way it gets its food. The woodpecker likes to eat insects that live in the bark of trees. It uses its long pointed beak to drill holes in the trees. Then its long sticky tongue pulls out the insects. A woodpecker's beak and tongue aren't the only things that help it get food. Its strong feet and sharp claws help it hold onto the tree trunk. A stiff tail helps balance the bird, and muscles on its head protect the bird's brain from getting hurt from all that banging. Guys, don't give that a try. Ouch. And who's heard hoo, hoo, hoo? An owl's large round eyes make it look very smart. Owls aren't any smarter than most other birds, but they are good to have around. They eat mice and rats that harm many crops. An owl's fluffy feathers help it fly very quietly. Most owls see well in the dark, and they almost always hunt at night. Most owls can also hear very well. They can catch mice in total darkness by using their keen senses. We will continue learning about more of the birds that live here in Maryland next week. Have a good evening. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.